Hi, and welcome to Happy Fisherman Adventures.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
Well, in today's episode, we're going to show you a few adventures. But before we start, I just want to mention the Werribee River Association had a Catch a Carp Day. And what a great event it was.
It was magic. So many people, families, kids, women. It was just amazing. Amazing.
We ended up showing them how to, because we ended up being invited as
Special guest, yeah.
And we were able to show some of the people how to cast the rod and do a little bit of fishing clinic.
Yeah, and they caught some carp, they caught some redfin. It was actually really well organized event. So let's have a look, a little snippet out of this event. Well, a big shout to Mick from Hooked on Bite and Tackle, who actually sponsors this event for the last few years, and yeah, he donated all the prizes today.
Well, one more thing about this event. We had a young fella, coming up to us and started to sing the Happy Fisherman song.
That was awesome. He was amazing. And we gave him a t-shirt, so he was very happy. Let's have a look at him.
I watch it every Tuesday night.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch
That means you know the song.
I
Why are you
do.
gonna sing it?
I will sing it.
Yeah, there we go.
I hope,
Let's sing.
I dream, I wish
That's it.
to catch a big fish,
That's it.
and I do it
Better this year than
when
last year.
I can. I'm a happy fish.
Yeah, well, the first year.
I do it every time. And when I'm
Well, the next adventure is actually from today. Today we were at Mud Island and we end up getting 3 nice gummy sharks. How was it?
What a day it was. It was really amazing. Look, I didn't catch a gummy in quite a few years, actually. I was always giving you guys to bring it in. But today I did manage to pull one out.
And actually nice size too. It was a good fight. And the best thing about it, we caught 3 in half an hour. So we were ready to go home. We got one. We said, "Yeah, that's all right. Let's pack up slowly because of Chiquita." And then we were ready to go home. And guess what? We had another one and another one. Let's watch this adventure. Today's episode, we start by launching about 10 o'clock in the morning at St. Leonard's, and we went straight to our squid grounds. Not even 2 minutes in and we had our first squid. This squid took the Shimano Flash Puss jig, but on the other side Mima had another one on Yamashita solid black jig. We managed about half a dozen squid in this area, but I have to say the squid were actually small. Well, Chiquita was having her snacks, we had our pastricis, and after that we decided it's time to move. This time we are on the way to Mud Island on the east side between the Mussel Farm and Mud Island in about 5-6 meters of water, and we're gonna try again for some squid there. The weather and the water was actually magnificent. We managed a few squid in this area as well, and this time they were only taking the black jig. Somehow everything was a bit strange to us. Again, the squid that we got in this area, it was very small. There is nothing wrong with small squid because they're good to eat and they make an awesome bait, but we were hoping for something bigger. In the meantime, the sun showed up and I had to make some shade for Chiquita. Considering she's a black dog, she gets hot very quick. So while I was doing that, Mima was bringing more squid in. Again, we had our favorite Clicks jigs, we had our Shimano jigs, the Flash Boost. We had so many different colors, but the only color in this area today worked the solid black. We managed another half a dozen squid in this area, but it was too slow, so we decided we're gonna go to our gummy spot. Our favorite gummy spot is the end of Pinnacle Channel on the Rosebud side, and we fish here in about 10 to 11 meters of water, but nothing. We actually met with some fans here and we had a big discussion, and even they were only catching small flatheads. Funny enough, today we didn't catch one yaka or one slimy mackerel. Normally here we smash them. Since everything was so slow, we decided to go shallow. And when I say shallow, I mean shallow. At this spot is under meter depth and you cannot really navigate it on a low tide. So now it is a high tide, it's outgoing tide, but it's still high tide. And we got about 1 to 1.1 meter depth. Here the water was so clean, so we were doing some visual fishing. We were looking in the water, we spotted some squid, and we managed to get some. Now, how is this for a joke? At this location, only the pink jig worked. How is that? Here, sometimes we get some really big King George whiting, but how is this? Banjo City. There is so many banjo shark, it's unreal. It is not surprising that so many times in shallow sea we can see a bronze whaler or any other shark. Anyway, we were scanning the place for another 15-20 minutes. We seen some garfish. We actually tried to belly for them and see if we can attract them to the boat, but that didn't work. We seen some small fish, we seen puffer fish, we seen couple King George whiting and lots of banjo sharks. Then we decided let's go back to our gummy spot at the end of the Pinnacle Channel and see if we can get some gummy. When we got there was quite a few boats and everybody enjoyed this beautiful weather.
Well, we forgot to mention before, we ended up starting this adventure with catching some squid at St. Leonard's. Then we went to Mud Island. We got some more squid there. And then we went to Mud Island in the shallows. We got some more squid there. So.
Yeah, there was not many squid. We was 3-4 in one place, 3-4 in another place. And we actually stopped at our 11-meter mark in Pinnacle Channel at Mud Island, but we didn't do any good. So we went for more squid. And then when we came back, everything happened between 3 and 3:30.
2:30 and 3:30.
Oh, well, there you go. 2:30 and 3:30.
Oh, quarter to 3.
The good part about it, we didn't have many banjos on that. We only had 2 Port Jackson. They're massive Port Jackson. That's it. Everything else was 3 gummy sharks. So let's watch the next video.
When we got back to our 11-meter mark, I was setting up the underwater camera, so I put our CV gadget underneath there, and the first thing that went past, it was a gummy shark. Now that's not something we see very often, but this time we were lucky. As I was setting up, the rest of the cameras on, the big rod went. This time Mima was on a big fish. Now, Mima's setup is only a 4000 Phantom reel on an Saltis rod, so it's our snapper setup to be honest, but she was handling it very well. This fish took off so hard, it was ridiculous. Then she thought, no, we lost it. For a second she was very disappointed, but all it happened is this fish actually was swimming towards her. Lucky enough, she was holding the rod properly, otherwise she could end up in the drink. Everything seemed to be easy while the fish was swimming towards her, but once it took off backward, it was ridiculous. It was a lot of power. She said there is a lot of weight in this fish, so we knew it's a gummy just by the shakes and that. I had to move everything quick out of the way and try to get the gaff or the net ready as soon as possible. This gummy went from one side of the boat to another side of the boat quite a few times, but we had to take it easy as we only had 20-pound line on that reel. Well, we actually managed to see the fish, so we didn't want to take risks, so I quickly took the gaff, I put my gloves on just so I can handle the leader, and I was ready. As you can see, I was definitely ready, but the fish wasn't. At this stage, I reached for the leader, I managed to grab the leader, and that was game over. We had our first gummy on the boat, and we were wrapped. Mima was very happy as she got her last gummy about 2 years ago. Then, quickly, we took some pictures so we can actually bleed this fish and put it away on ice. This gummy wasn't a massive fish, but it was big enough to put a big smile on Mima's face. Then, quickly, we did the right thing. We bled it, we took all the fins off, we got rid of the guts, and we actually put it in the water so we can rinse all the blood off it. After that, it was one thing to do, and that is to put it on the ice. You need to look after your fish. If you're gonna catch the fish and have fresh fish for dinner, you must look after it. And gummies, you must bleed them.
Let's watch the next video.
Well, slowly we recast the rods back in, and with the small rods we were actually trying to see what's that's pinching our bite. There was very soft bite, so we thought could be garfish in that, but actually it wasn't. It was millions of little leather jackets underneath. Now the preferred bite today for Gummy, it was a slimy mackerel that I had frozen that I caught about 2 weeks ago. And what I did, I cut it in half, and they were only taking the top half, the one with the head and half a body. They would not take the tail piece. The tail piece actually was taken by poor Jackson shark. Well, while I was setting everything up, you can see in the background, Mima was sending some photos to Sev just to stir it up a little bit. Sev is dying to catch a gummy shark, but today, unfortunately, she had an appointment, so she couldn't be with us. Then what do you know, there is the poor Jackson. You can see she pinched the tail piece from us, and we got it. When we seen the way the rod took off and the actual action on this rod, we knew it's not a gummy. It was too slow. So we landed, we got rid of it, and then we tried again. There was other monsters underneath, but yeah, I'm lucky enough we didn't catch any of these stingrays today. Then Mima spotted a smack on one of the rods, but it stopped. And it was just dragging slowly. It didn't take off, it didn't do much, to be honest. So I had to just be patient and hold on and see what's gonna happen. Well, in no time we hooked up another gummy. Now, as Mima tries to actually get the cameras on, she didn't realize that she actually turned off the front camera, which was on to start with. So unfortunately we only got the back camera, and we were lucky enough that that gummy stayed on one side of the boat. Well, there you go. We are 20 minutes here and we already have 2 gummies on board. The surprise here for me was that we normally get the gummies on the change of tide. We were right in the middle of the outgoing tide, so it was very strange.
Let's watch the next video.
Well, what happened here? We were packing up to go home, so as we did that, we only had the 2 rods in the water and one of them decided to go. Guess what? Another gummy shark. Now, catching a gummy shark, it's great, but catching 3, wow, that is wow. Well, while I was handling this fish, Mima was taking the underwater camera out. She was actually putting the other cameras back on so we can film a little bit. And then we decided we need to swap so I can grab the gaff and try and land this fish again. As this fish got closer to the boat, he actually rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled actually into our leader. So we could actually even grab it by the tail and bring it in. But it was a little bit too far, so I had to use the gaff to bring it in. And here we go. We landed our 3rd gummy and we were happy. Definitely the first gummy that Mima landed, it was bigger, but these ones were really nice size. They were over meter and they were just nice. Well, we took some photos and it was time to pack up and go. We had 3, that was more than enough. And it's not bad, 3 in less than 30 minutes. I think that's actually a record for us. You can see our truck where we were. So yeah, basically we were on the way back to St. Leonard's. When we got closer to St. Leonard's, we put the squid in the Hookem Skylar bag, and when we got home, it was filleting time.
So in the next video, we want to show you a bit of underwater footage that we recorded at Mud Island with our sea view.
It's actually amazing to see what's there and how much fish is around there. Guys, thanks again for watching. People that purchased our t-shirts, our new hoodies, we got lots of stock. We just actually stocked up. So thanks for your support.
And once again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment, like, say hi, and we will see you next time.
Enjoy.
I hop, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish. And I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman. And I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.